Alright, so we're going to start in the assembly and start building it. So what we're going to do is we'll start with this piece, draw it, and we're not going to put the holes in yet because we'll do the holes later as a whole series. So we'll draw this piece, then on the end of it we'll put this piece, and then we'll put that piece on it, and then we can put the holes through it, through all three pieces at once. And then we can position this piece on and kind of build up from there. Okay? So I know this one's kind of bad. I'll write the numbers on it later. So I'm going to take over. I'm going to grab my book where I have to make it nice and clear. I'll do a new assembly. Okay. I'm going to close it. And I'm just going to save it right now. I'm going to go up, make a new folder, trolley, save. This is all in inches. Okay. And then, since I'm here, I want to set my toolbox right now so I don't forget. So, in my settings, move over that trolley folder and save it. That way I don't forget to do it later when I get to that point. So now I'm going to go ahead, new part, and I want to draw on that front plane right there. And I'm going to extrude it mid-plane so I can kind of start from that block. Right now my front plane going here, then I can extrude that mid-plane, and then I can mirror this stuff over later. So I'll pick on that front plane. This one goes here. Mention that is going to be 4.5, 1.75. Finish it, extrude that mid-plane, and it's going to go 5 1/8. And I'll go ahead and put the hole in the center. So hole, counterbore, hole size is 3/4. The diameter of the counterbore, 1 5/8, and the depth of the counterbore is 4.375. Position there. Drag it over to the midpoint of that line. Go to plane deck construction. Finish. So there's that piece. I'm not going to do the holes now because I'll do that later. So finish that part. Now I'll do another new part on this face. Pick all those edges. That next part is the same size. Convert entities. Finish, finish. Now you can go ahead and extrude that. finish the part. New part on that face. So I'm just kind of building it out. I'm just going to convert that one. I'll go from there, up somewhere, straight across, down, down. Take those two, make them equal. Those two, make those equal. Draw a line from that midpoint to that midpoint for construction. So now this thing is going to move nicely. Always, before you start dimensioning, make sure it's moving right. Now I can go in and dimension it out. And it's going to behave the way I want it to. And it's fully constrained now. And I want to put in the, I'm going to go ahead and put these two holes in that hole in right now, because that one's going to be for the axle and these two are for this little plate that's going to lock it in. And once I have these holes here, then I can make this plate on it. Hole wizard. Those two are threaded. Inch. They're number 10, 24. There and there. I'll just draw a line. Make sure it's locked in horizontal. Drag that one down to it. Now it's line the midpoint. The midpoint. Make that vertical, so it slides it over. And I should have done the other one first, because it actually, it wants to go from this hole down to it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my part back up, put in that hole first, and then go back to the sketch. So I'm going to finish that sketch, roll my part up before that sketch. That way I can put in that bigger hole first. So this one is going to be custom. On 6. That one's just got a limit tolerance. So because it has a limit, I'm going to draw it at maximum material condition, so it's small size. Because that'll give me the tightest tolerance on the assembly. Now I can just draw a line from midpoint, straight down, drag it to it, then do my dimension from there, there. That's my 7. I can pull that back down. And sketch. Dimension from this line to there. 1. Quarter between them. Finish. There. So see how because I realized I needed the other one, I just rolled it back, made that one, and it rolled it back down, finished it up. So this part is now done. Oops, I just realized that 7 wasn't to the bottom, it was to these holes. Since we haven't put those ones in, I need to go back and fix that. So I'll just go back there. Get the sketch, make that 8. That looks better. So don't be afraid to go back and change something if it's not right. Don't try and remake it, just go back, change the number, fix it. So that part is done, I'll finish it. Now I can do another new part. On here. So that's got that one done. Instead of putting that one, I could also draw a line between these as a construction line. Right. And then I can draw a line between those two. I could have done the same thing there. But that's not centered, is it? Or you guys can't see it. But that piece isn't centered, so I wouldn't want to do that. So I'm going to go back to how I had it. Okay. Finish it. Want those construction. And I can put in my holes. So one hole. Size and put in my custom, it was 0.218 position there and there. I would just take that point, that one concentric, that point concentric, okay, okay. put that in. So now I have most of the part except for this up here and this. And those ones, it really doesn't matter where I do them. I can do them here, or I can do them as their own parts and bring them in. So I'm going to finish up this current one that we have. And then we can start working on it. And here it tells you what those other ones are. The hex head bolts and the hex nut and the washer. So we're just going to use regular stuff for that. So I'm going to go ahead and put these holes in. So I'll do the whole series. Oh, I see. Those actually weren't bolts going in each side, that's a through hole. So we'll do that. We'll just do the through hole all the way. And these are both the same. So we'll do new holes. There and there. Our first hole is going to be inch. We want it to be 8.75. Second hole, we want it to be 0.937. Our third hole, we want it to go through all. Standard hole. We wanted that to be 0.906. We'll say okay. So that's put in all three holes at their respective sizes. If you look at the end. We have the three holes at their sizes. And I didn't mirror this first because then I'd have, I can only, on that I can have a start, all the middle sections and the end. But here I've got three sections already, so I just want to use those three sections. And now I can mirror those parts over and then put in the rest of it. So might as well save it. Go externally. And I didn't put it into my folder like I was supposed to. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. This is all in my folder. And then reopen that plane is going to be that front. Components is going to be 2, 3, 4. Say OK, and then mirror them over. So now I can put in my fasteners. I'm just going to put in these 2 holes first. That face. I'm going to take out that one. So I only want the 2 at the bottom. I don't want that one either. I'll add that. Fastener type, hex head. Got a washer there. Got a washer there. Somewhere. It's not where I want my end to be. Didn't take these ones here. Have both sides of that. Now it should work. There we go. That's 2 different ones. Edit. What? I think we'll do the first side, and then we'll just put the bolts and the stuff on the other side manually.
Will it change it if you pull the bolt out longer than the parts?
Let's see. Let's try and pull that out some more. No, still wants to do it there. So we'll just delete that. We'll put the top stuff in, and then we'll put the bottom stuff in by ourselves. We'll just do a washer up there and accept it. Now we can go over to our toolbox here and get our washers. there. Say okay. Put one there also. Make my nuts slotted. There also, and I'm done. So you make that longer, put them there. Pull it out. Pull it out. So now I've done that. So now I can go in and do my holes on those bolts if I wanted to. So if I want to do that, I can just save it. And I can go to that bolt, edit the part. Okay, so close it, open. Take it off read-only, then I can edit it. I can go in and edit, or I can go into my assembly. Oh, I'm in it. It let me in. So I can go in. I was looking over there, wasting my time. So now I can go in and draw on that plane and cut a hole into it. I sketched on there. Cut. Whatever my diameter that I need for it. Maybe draw a line from the end. So I really should have done that as a whole, right? not as a circle. But for this one, so I'm not gonna be putting a bolt through there. I could, but I couldn't. I should do it as a whole, but then I'd have to get a plane on the outside and go through it. So I'm just gonna extrude cut it in sheet. Good plane. Roll. Now those are in. I've got the clearance holes in there. And for some reason this one didn't make very well. I must not have, when I made that one in, I must not have got right on the circle. So I'll have to make that one. Now there's that part. Just need to put some screws up here also. Same thing. So once I put the screws up here, I can mirror them over to that side, and then make the trolley part. Okay. So does that make sense? Making it easier, start from one place, just kind of build in the assembly. That way you can build off of what's already there. You don't have to go back and reference another drawing and come back. You can just keep going. Questions?